What's up, everybody? It's the 4K Lowdown coming to you on a special night, Wednesday night. We were supposed to go Thursday, but we went a night early. I'm David, your host, and my co host is.
Rich, aka TwinnerFan77. How you guys doing?
Good. What's going on, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Doing okay, man. Just got back from my trip, and that all went well.
I'm glad to hear
Yeah, it's good when you come back in one piece and the car's okay, and
that. Yeah. Sound like you had some rainy weather, but you made the most of it.
yep, it was going to be raining here at home too, so yeah, not a big deal either way. We were on the coast and able to took a bunch of pictures at the beach and got a great sunset, and it was
Sound like
fun.
a great time.
Yeah, had a great time.
Yeah. I hated bothering you when I knew you were on your vacation. So I was like, oh shit, do I send him a text? Oh,
No, it's totally okay. Um,
and
yeah,
it's not.
especially if you go anytime after 8 o'clock. Yeah, my wife's asleep, so um, or she's just relaxing on her phone and watching TV herself. Um, so for our second episode of our Sesame Street Top 10 is what we're calling it, season two. We picked the letter N. So, and we also kind of changed up a little bit to where we did a draft and we picked one by one of which movies we were going to have. So, since you won the first round, I went ahead and picked first for the letter N. And my first pick, if I can find it, my first pick was Nobody.
Oh,
And I liked it. I wanted to go with something new
yeah.
and to kind of start it off, and I thought that worked out really well. I liked the movie. Great action, remind me a lot of John Wick,
Very
and
much.
I'm not really a Bob Odenkirk fan.
I wasn't
Um,
until that movie.
yeah, that movie is what did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I did not watch Better Call Saul.
Me
I
neither.
wasn't really interested in it. But I'm not interested in that universe because I don't like Breaking Bad.
Me neither.
Um, so but I really liked him in this movie.
Oh, it's
I
fantastic.
It's really good. And then you countered with your first draft, which was The Northman.
Now, this is one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Oh,
so good, and I'm glad you picked that, bro, because it was I was like, oh, way to counter with another new
yeah,
one. So we had two new movies right off the bat,
yeah.
and I was really happy about that because I gave Northman a great score too when I watched it. It's really good in 4K.
I'm looking forward to. I just got mine a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to watching that.
Yeah, I enjoyed the 4K transfer on that. Really good sound, good picture
Oh,
quality.
excuse
It
me.
was nice. So then for my second one, I went a little old school and I grabbed the Neverending Story as
Oh,
my second pick.
love this movie.
Um, yeah, it was like from my childhood. It was
Me too.
'84, I think, and it was like I was like, dude, I have to have this. Starting with N, it was the first movie I thought of.
Yeah,
So I had to get that. I had to get that in there.
yeah. I'm gonna just start before you continue.
Yeah.
And with a hard letter for me because I don't have. And it's weird. I have almost 2,000 movies, and I don't have very many ends either in my physical collection or my digital collection.
Yeah.
And in the movies that the ends that I really liked, we've already scored.
We've already scored, and that was one
Yeah.
of the rules is we can't
Mm-hmm.
do something that is. I had the same problem.
Yeah.
Is because I was like, oh, I want to get this one. I'm like, oh crap, we already scored that one. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was one of the rules is we can't pick something that we've already done in the past. And that's a way that we can like present more movies, and
Yeah.
I think
And I
that's a
like.
really cool idea because we could review the same movie over and over 50
Yeah.
times. But why?
Yeah.
We
Makes
should
no
pick
point
something
to it.
something new, something that we haven't
Mm-hmm.
reviewed in the past. And completely agree with you. So that being said, with your second pick, you went with Now You See Me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, because I wanted to pick that, but I thought I had a little bit of time before before you went with that movie.
Yeah,
But I'm glad you got it because I definitely wanted to score it. I wanted it
me too.
on this show because it's for sure one of my favorite movies that start with N.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had the same problem. I was like, okay, I want to grab a sci-fi movie that starts with N, and I went through my entire collection. And my physical collection is almost 7,000.
Oof. Damn.
I don't have any sci-fi movies that start with N. Not one. Not one. Anywhere. Not on DVD, not on VHS, not
Yeah.
on Blu-ray, 4K, nothing. I was like, what the heck is going on? I couldn't find any sci-fi movies that start with N in my list. And I was like, okay, something's wrong in the universe. I don't know what happened. Um, so I had to hunt around. So I went, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and choose an obvious one for my third pick, and that was come on now.
No treasure.
Yeah, is it not showing up? Because I
Yeah,
don't
it's
see
showing
it.
up.
Oh,
I can see it.
I don't see it.
Well, I see it.
That's weird. That
Never
is
ending
a hint.
story now. National treasure.
Yeah. Huh.
That's never ending story.
That's so weird. Because I could see Neverending Story, but National Treasure is not showing up on my screen.
It's showing up on mine right now. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
you're
so
good.
weird. All right. So yeah, I went with National Treasure,
I like this movie.
and I do too. I really like it. You get a little bit of I don't know. It's kind of a little bit of Indiana Jones for me
Yeah,
because you get
very
the
much.
the treasure hunting and the traps and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really cool. There it is. Now it shows up. Um, so then your next pick was New Nightmare,
Yeah. And I
and
just bought this too. It was on sale because I hadn't seen it in forever. And I was like, you know what? I want to watch this. And I was
okay,
like, oh, because I had my thing up and because it popped under N
right?
on my Voodoo and I did alphabetical order.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
and I did go and look that up because I always knew it as Wes Craven's New
see, I
Nightmare.
always knew it as New Nightmare.
Yeah,
To
which
me.
if you look at
Yeah.
the poster, it says Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but um, I go on IMDb and it says New Nightmare original title Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So it's
Oh,
actually it's actually New Nightmare now. So because we talked about
yeah.
does that count as New Nightmare or does it count as W for Wes Craven?
Yeah.
It's kind of like John Carpenter's The Thing. Is that T for The Thing or is that J for John Carpenter? And we agreed that we'd probably go with Thing.
Yeah.
And just like New Nightmare and like any of the National Lampoon's
Yeah.
movies, like Animal House, for example, we would go under A for Animal House instead of N for National Lampoon's. Because if that's the case, I got a ton of N's. Because I was in there, I could go Van Wilder, I could
Yeah.
go Christmas Vacation, I could go,
Right.
um, uh, shoot, I could go, all the vacations, European Vacation, but yeah, Animal House, and um, uh, I think I have a really stupid one called like Awesomus Maximus or something like that from National Lampoon,
Is it like a
and
parody movie?
yeah, it's a parody movie, but oh god, it's dumb, it's so bad,
As
um,
bad as
it's
that.
crappy. Okay, so now go to the fourth pick. Now, originally, I had grabbed November Man as my
Mm-hmm.
fourth pick, but I changed it and went with The Negotiator
Oh, I love this
be-
movie.
because great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personal feelings about Kevin Spacey aside, he's a
Yeah,
great actor, and him and Samuel L. Jackson together, they played really well off
they
each other.
did.
This is an amazing movie. I'm really glad we got to score it.
Me too.
And I'm glad I got to watch it again because
It's been a long time.
it is. It's been a long time. I only have the DVD,
I
but
had the
it's
VHS.
yeah, it's worth it. God, it's worth it to see. It's so
Yeah,
good. I think it's on HBO Max, right?
that's where I
Or
watched it. Was
yeah,
HBO.
Yeah, because I almost went by that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna put the DVD in and watch it. So I just did that.
Yeah.
So then your fourth pick was a little bit of a surprise for me.
Me too.
And you went with Neighbors as your fourth
Guys, I'm
pick.
gonna be honest with you. This one, I panicked. Okay, I ran out of
I'll
ends.
take anything with an N.
I panicked when I picked this one, so I apologize to you, Dave, because you had to watch this. Just oh shit, I got to pull the chat. Hold on, let me pull my chat up.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
What's up? What's up, Mikey? My
What's
my
up,
bro, pure talent, Mike Masters.
Mike?
Um,
But I apologize for picking this movie. It was again, I panicked.
I apologize for you picking that movie. we're
I
gonna talk about that later, but
yeah. Again, I'm
God,
sorry.
that hurt.
Friend to friend, I apologize.
it was so bad.
Yeah.
The other movies in the list were going, what? Did you?
Right.
So at number 5, I went with a movie that I wanted to pick in the monster movies in October, but I didn't, and that was Nightbreed. So,
Yep.
and this was a classic Clive Barker. I love the story with it. It's not a great movie, and the score is probably going to reflect that, but I enjoy it. It's something that I enjoy watching.
I think I gave it 3 stars on
Yeah,
Letterboxd.
I
This
think
was my first time
it's worth a watch. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. When Craig Schaefer is the star, he is not a very good actor, and he's
No.
like the main guy. And David Cronenberg is the
Right.
is the serial killer guy. But I love the monsters in it.
I
The
do
way
too.
that this is very basically Clive Barker was the '80s version of Guillermo del Toro, with how
I
creative
totally
he
agree.
was with his creatures and his monsters and stuff. And this was a prime example. There's some really great monsters with different things and stuff like that. It was really neat, really neat. And then your number 5 was one that I haven't seen, and I hadn't seen Neighbors, so I had to watch that. The other one that you grabbed that I hadn't seen, but I owned it, was Nocturnal Animals. And this was an interesting watch for me.
I
So
like this.
we're gonna go through that later, but this was interesting. I really like it when you pick stuff that I've never seen before and I have
Yeah.
access to it, because I enjoy watching the stuff that you pick, bro. It
Me too.
really
You led me. I'm gonna take Excision out. You have
yeah,
led me
yeah.
to some
Take
great
the
movies.
that's the French judge. Take that one out of the ice skating. Take
Right?
it out of the figure skating thing, and just judge
Yeah.
it on the rest of the stuff. Because I am gonna throw a turd at you from time to time. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, we all have different tastes.
We all have different tastes. It's just be like, I'm gonna throw something, you'd be like, nope, I didn't like that. And
Yeah.
that was like when we were talking about blood and gore last month. I was okay. I wanted to see, because when you gave me your gore list, I was like, okay, that's not gory. That's not what I'm talking about. So I was like, okay, let's see what he can handle. So I went, okay, let's start you off with Final Destination, gave you some light ones, and then worked up to I Saw the Devil, and you really liked that.
Love that movie.
And I was like, okay, great. Let's try this one. Nope. And then that's where you cut me off. Nope. And I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I went too far. I apologize.
Yeah. That
But,
movie's a fucked
you
up
know,
movie.
it's like a nightmares. Ah. Um, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Me, I love that movie. I won't watch it too often, but I love that movie. It's disturbing,
It was very fucking
and
disturbing.
the ending is so devastating.
Mm.
But
And it's
it's
telegraphed in a way,
yeah,
you see it coming,
yeah. You see it
but
coming, but
hits hard.
it still hits. Yeah,
Yeah.
it still hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, I was wondering why the ball kept getting bigger and bigger, and then it hit me. Um, that's what. Ah. Um, But yeah, there's a few movies that are like that. And some of them aren't even horror movies where I'm like, okay, I can only watch those a couple times because they're just
Right.
so. I mean, Schindler's List is a prime example. I can't watch that movie again. I can't. It's too sad. It's a
Yeah.
brilliant. It's probably one of the best made movies ever.
Yeah.
But I only watched it the one time.
I have yet to watch my 4K.
I I did not buy the 4K. I still have the DVD. I'm keeping that. I'm not upgrading because I'm not going to watch it again.
Yeah.
I won't. But then, Exorcist, I'll watch that every year.
Nope.
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 Speaking of Nope, I got to watch Nope. I've got the 4K of that, so I got to
Yeah.
make sure I
I need
do
to
that.
get that too.
All right. So getting to our sixth one. So our sixth draft, because we pick 6 each, and then
Hmm.
we eliminate the 2 lowest scores, which I think is really cool because we don't know what's going to get the lowest score. And we don't know, like last week with the peas, I grabbed Phone Booth out of the air,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be one of my best ones.
Yeah. And
So,
I love that movie. I remember when that came out, I had the DVD, and I had it on VHS too. I
mm,
ended up getting a VHS and then DVD.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have the DVD, and I
Hmm.
like that movie, and I was like, I
Me
just
too.
had that as an alternate, like sitting off to the side, and I'm like, okay, let's do 6, and I just threw Phone Booth in there
Yeah. I'm glad you
because
did.
we both had Perks of Being a Wallflower, and you grabbed that,
That's funny.
and I was like, oh well, you got that, so I'll just grab my other one,
Yeah.
and did Phone Booth. But yeah, that turned out to be the second highest score of the whole thing, and it was just an afterthought for me to pick. So I like picking 6.
Me too. That was
That way, when we score them, we can throw 2 away. And
yeah.
if both of those happen to be on your side or my side, that's going to make it really hard for us to get the points to win the round,
Yeah.
which
What's
in
up, Dell?
itself makes it pretty cool.
How you doing,
It's
man?
my buddy Dell in. Dell, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining.
Hope you're having a great night, Dell.
Yep. So we're just getting through the draft of our ends, and then we're going to count them down from 12 to 1.
Yep.
Um, and we'll see if maybe we improve on the time. So anyway, your 6th movie was Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Another panic pick.
and then my 6th movie, which was a panic pick was New Year's Eve. But I was like, look at the cast on that. I know that's a 10. And that was the only 10 that we got. Um,
Oh, that's funny.
but I was kind of like, okay, I know I have a 10 for the cast on this, and
Wasn't
I
this a sequel to like
it was a
Valentine's?
spinoff. I think it was a spinoff to Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Same people, but
that's
they're
what I thought.
playing different characters. Um, I don't have Ninja 3, or else I would have picked it. What's up, Evan?
Cool.
I,
But I don't think it's very biblically accurate.
I didn't think it was biblically accurate, and
Yeah,
that's a problem that I had with that movie
yeah, me
was it
too.
was not biblically accurate.
Yeah,
Um, might get
we'll get to
people
it.
to, we're gonna go through that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I felt that. Okay, so anyway,
What are you
are you
drinking
ready to?
before we get?
What'd you?
What are you
What's
drinking?
that? Oh, I got Gatorade today.
I got my ice and my dew, so I'm
Ice
ready.
and dew. So you're ready.
Yeah.
I've got the lime cucumber Gatorade.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. It's not too sweet for me.
Yeah, I like that one.
Um, all right. So, are you ready to count these down?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So coming in at number 12 with the lowest score. I hope nobody's going to be surprised. So saw Noah's in the theaters and sat there confused for 2 hours. Right? I was like, wait, what? Did
right?
Okay.
Was it The
Did I
Rock?
just I was like I thought I was watching Master and Commander 2 maybe. I don't know what it was. It was just kind of I was like
Visually looked great.
visually, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
CGI was really good. You know, the fantasy elements were spot on. It was
Mm-hmm.
really it was really good. That, you know, the effects and everything were in it. But yeah, it just kind of it killed me with the story. It killed me with the story. It really
Yeah.
did. But anyway, okay, coming in with number 12 with the lowest score is Neighbors. Big
Again, I
shock.
apologize.
I'm you know, so sorry, bro. So it gets eliminated from the countdown. It comes in with a total average score of 54.5,
Oof.
which is what I said. so, so we started off with a 10 for the cast because it's got a really good cast.
It does.
I mean, you know, you got Seth Rogen, Zach
I agree,
Efron,
Michael.
Dave Franco, um, good riddance. Oh man, I like Neighbors.
Remember, all film is subjective, though.
Everything's subjective. It just you know,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not is great. It just got the lowest score out of our group.
Yeah.
Um, I
Because
did
there's
not
movies
like
that I
it.
don't like that I've scored well.
Yeah, I know. I've recommended it to him, and you're like, man, I didn't like that movie, but it got a pretty good score.
Yeah.
Um, so so we're both at a 10 for cast because
Hmm.
I mean, there were even cameos
There
of
was.
people that I was like, oh crap, that's that guy. You know, but yeah, otherwise, just the main cast. You got, you know, you got Dave Franco, you got Rose Byrne, you got Chris Mintz-Plasse, you got um, all
Yeah,
these
there's
dudes.
tons of people in there.
There's tons of people in this movie.
And they're all in his movies for most of the part.
Yeah,
In other movies.
yeah. I am not a fan of Seth Rogen. I do not like Seth Rogen
I used to,
at all.
when I was younger. I think he does better behind the camera.
Okay.
Because he's
I
done great with The Boys. He's done great with Invincible.
okay.
He's behind both those shows.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the only thing I really liked him in was Kung Fu Panda, and that's because I didn't have to look at him. Um, he was a mantis in Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda. Totally fine. But no, I liked 50-50.
Well, I liked him in that.
That would be the only thing I really liked him in.
I like him in
Um,
Secretary Make Porno.
I think he absolutely Zach and Mary I loved Zach and Mary make a porno, but I didn't like him in it. But I you know I love Elizabeth Banks and all that stuff, and it's got a great poo scene, super funny.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Yeah.
no pun intended. Oh shit. But okay. So anyway, so for acting, um, I actually went 7, and no, I'm sorry, wrong one. I went 5 because
I
I'm
went
look.
sick.
I went 5. You went 6.
Mm-hmm.
For the plot, the trailer was awful.
Yeah, it was.
We both went 5 for the trailer. For the ending, I went 5. You went 4.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I thought, you know, the whole thing out in front of Abercrombie and they were kind of friends.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. Um, but you know, there were things I don't know. It was just kind of
Yeah.
meh for me. I
Yeah.
just it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. And then story, we both gave it a 5. Um, for script, we both gave it a 4 because it's really all about the ad libs
Yeah.
in there. The cinematography, we both gave it a 6 because it was pretty basic.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot going on. It was, you know, inside the frat house, inside the couple's house, outside
Yeah.
both houses, and then the office. Kind of like the same angle in
Yep.
the office the whole time. Um, direction, we both gave it a 5. Soundtrack, we both gave it a 5. And for the wild card, which means how it was a comedy. So how funny was it? I gave it a 4. You gave it a 5.
Yeah.
So so yeah, 54.5 was our final score. It was from 2014, had a budget of 18 million, made 270.9 million in the box office,
And that's why it got a sequel.
and made 28 million. There's a sequel?
Yeah, there's numbers too.
Son of a three nippled goat. There's a sequel to this?
And
I
that's
made 28 million in video sales. So people dig stupid. I
Yeah.
mean, and sometimes I do too. Like give me dodgeball all day long. But
And we're getting a
there
sequel to
were
that, hopefully.
there were things in this movie because I know what it's like being a new parent.
Yep.
There are things in this movie that they made out to be funny that's not funny.
Oh, about the sex in front of the kid?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
one. The sex in front of the kid,
Hmm.
the packing up the kid to go out
Yeah.
and then falling asleep in the doorway, that's happened to me. that's not funny.
Yeah.
um and then there's a lot of drug use. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
With all the joints and the mushrooms and then putting just these huge balls of weed in barrels and setting them on fire inside the house so everybody gets high. No,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
funny. um I think my favorite part was the airbags
I agree with you on that.
going
And I
off
like that
because
when the
it
credits roll.
was
That's my favorite
yeah.
part.
Yeah. Boom. Okay. And when the credits rolled,
Yeah.
my problem was it was a little bit too long. What was it? About
It
an hour and a
was.
half. It was about an hour and a half too long. Um,
It felt like a 2-hour movie at
it
times.
felt like a 2-hour movie. I liked it when Rose Byrne fired the bottle rocket and it went into the police car
Yeah.
from the upper window. That's some talent right there. But yeah, unfortunately, it did not save this movie
Yeah.
for me. It goes down in a huge plastic dildo with our number 12 spot and gets completely shit canned.
Yeah. And again, I
And
apologize.
sorry, but hey, it is what it is. We pick them on the
Yep.
fly and we score them, and then that's it. So let's move on to number 11. So our number 11 also eliminated was my pick of Nightbreed. And that not much of a shock.
But I did enjoy this. I mean, for what it was. I mean, I
It's
don't hate
enjoyable.
it.
It's just it's just not it's not great. It's a I don't know. I don't think I'd even call it a guilty pleasure for me, but I enjoy it. So but
Yeah.
it's from 1990, had a budget of 11 million, made 9.4 million in the box office.
Oof.
So it lost money.
Yeah.
Um so yeah. Yeah, he's great in Long Shot and 50-50. What are you doing? What are you doing, weirdo? Huh? What? Yeah? Say hi.
Hello? How you
Say hi.
doing?
Say
Hi.
hi. Okay, we're gonna do that. Um, and then Dell says, if you don't like this one, definitely avoid Neighbors 2. I didn't know there was a sequel.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna avoid that one. Um, like third period French. It's not. Go see Mama. Uh, so yeah, Nightbreed comes in with a total score of 62.5 and gets 11. So it's not bad. I mean, it was kind
No.
of just a little bit better than meh.
I think it would have scored higher if it had the special effects were included
Yeah,
in this scoring. Because, like we said earlier,
yeah, because the
the monsters
monster
in here are
effects and
bad.
stuff really good. I mean,
Hmm.
if we scored it as a horror movie, not as just a straight movie, and I think that was one of the things we're doing with these is we're scoring them as a straight up movie,
Yeah.
not as their genre. But we do have a wild card to give bonus points if it's really good for the genre.
Yeah.
Um, So for cast, you gave it a 2,
Yeah.
basically not knowing anybody really that's in
Yeah.
it. And I gave it a 5. A lot of people I know by face, but not by name. Except for Craig Schaefer, I knew him, and I knew David Cronenberg. We both gave it an acting score of 6. You're back. Why are you back?
Oh, that was funny.
Why are you back? She's oh, she's climbing Mount Grandpa. What are you doing?
That's funny.
She's just pulling my shirt. Pulling my shirt. Go, mama. Um, she missed me. I've been gone for a few days. So
Yeah.
um, anyway, where were we? Plot.
Yeah. Plot.
Um, now you gave the plot an 8.
Yes, I like the trailer for this.
You liked the
I like the
trailer.
trailer a lot.
I didn't like it as much. I gave it a 6.
See, I found I if I get a DVD trailer or a
Mhm.
Blu-ray trailer or whatever, I will go to Vudu and watch the trailer they have there and go off that because I don't want to watch. I forget what movie it was last. One of the movies we scored, and it was a Blu-ray trailer for
Mhm.
the release. I said, no, I don't want to see that. I want to see the actual trailer, and that's what I did. I went to
Yeah.
Vudu, got a great trailer for it. And I was like, oh damn, this looks good.
Yeah. I think we had one of these or one in next week's that there wasn't a trailer. Ooh, thank you. There wasn't a trailer in IMDb. Not one. And I was
No,
like, there's
it was next week's. Yeah,
and
I
I
think
was
I went
like,
to
oh
Vudu
crap.
for
So
it.
I went on YouTube and I grabbed the
Yeah,
trailer from there. So I'm wondering if maybe we do something else. So we grab so we're watching the same trailer is
yeah,
kind of what I want to make sure we're doing. As I liked it when we were watching them just before the show,
yeah,
but anyway, so where were we? Plot 6 and 8.
yeah,
For ending, we reversed. I went 8, you went 6,
yeah.
and then for story, I went 8, you went 7. For script, we were both at an 8 because it was a good script.
Yeah,
Um, for cinematography, we're both at a 6.
I had 7.
I had you at a 7. I had you at a 6.
Yeah,
Am I wrong on that?
I think.
I wrote down 6 for you.
Uh-oh.
Mm, uh-oh. Well,
It
I'm
probably
I'm
won't
getting
change the
I'm getting
score.
a little bit better.
It won't change the score.
No, it's
Yeah.
just it'll change the score. It won't change that it's being eliminated. So
No, that's what I meant. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not
it's
going to
not.
change the order.
Um, yeah, you're at 7 for cinematography. That's my bad. Where was I getting that from? Oh, I got it because you had New Year's Eve with it, and I think I grabbed it from there instead. Because you have 2 movies in
Yeah,
each
in each pick, yeah.
screenshot, and
Uh-huh.
sometimes I read the wrong one.
That's okay, man.
That's all right. But yeah, it won't affect the fact that it got eliminated.
Yeah.
So um, so for direction, I have a 7, and you have a 6. I hope
No, 7.
7. So I did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I direction is 6 for New Year's Eve. So 7.
Yeah.
Um, so we'd both be at a 7 for there. Let's go to because you're at a 6 for music, and I was at a 6.
Yep.
And then for the wild card, you have it as an 8,
Mm-hmm.
and I have it as a 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, 62.5. Unfortunately, Nightbreed gets eliminated at number 11.
Again, if you haven't seen this, guys, check it out.
It's a
It's fun
fun
to watch.
watch. It's not.
Yeah. It's not a terrible movie.
Oh, thanks.
It's definitely worth at least the one time watch.
Yeah. All right. So moving into number 10. So we're hitting the countdown, and the lowest score that we had in the countdown is New Nightmare.
I can see why.
New Nightmare comes in at a 65 total score. It's from 1994, had an $8 million budget, and made 18 million in the box office.
I think I saw this in theater too. I think I did. No home release total.
No, I did not find a video release for that one. Where are your National Treasure? Northern.
It's been a long time since I've seen this one, and yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it better when I first watched it. The
Me too.
watching it again was kind of a
It's very dated.
yeah. It was kind of a downer.
Yeah,
I still liked it for what it was,
yeah, me too. I mean, yeah,
but yeah, it was okay. So it looks like I got all the numbers for New Nightmare correct for you. So I wanted to make sure. So I gave the cast a 7. You gave it a 6.
yeah,
Um, as basically who's who from the Nightmare on Elm Street
yeah.
franchise. Um, I gave the acting a 5, and you went 6. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. I got to make sure I'm looking at the right movie. But yeah, I gave the acting a 5, and you gave it a 6. For the trailer, I gave it a 7. You gave it a 6. And then for the ending, we were actually pretty different. I went 8 for the ending. I liked the ending
I did.
a little bit more, and you gave it a 5.
It didn't hold up for me. It just,
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought that was the only thing that held up for me was the ending.
yeah.
But we both gave it a 7 for the story. I went 7, and you went 6 for the script. We both went 6 for the cinematography. I went 8. You went 7 for the direction. I went 7. You went 5 for the music, for the score.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went 8. You went 6 for the wild card.
Yeah, it's just not scary. It's not.
Now I went by it being a slasher flick, and I was like, okay, kind
Oh
of
yeah,
kind of gave me that again. Um, the thing that bugged me in that movie, and I really like that kid, the kid who plays the
mm-hmm.
son in that movie. I liked him in Pet Cemetery. I liked him in
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop, and I liked him in
He's
this.
not good
But
there.
then the second time, I this time I didn't
Yeah.
like him.
I think it's just the age of the movie. It's a '90s movie.
Yeah, it just
It plays very like a '90s movie.
it plays very much like a '90s movie, and
Yeah,
I
and
just
you can tell the
yeah.
is from the '90s. So yeah, I remember liking it when I first saw it.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
it was I thought it was a new take on Freddy, which I liked, but it just didn't hold up, and that's my bad.
Hmm.
The ends were some clunkers for me.
Well, again, it was the first time doing the draft. We're
Hmm.
still kind of learning this new format. So, um, I think next week's picks are really good.
Yeah,
So it's going to be a lot of fun. All
yeah.
right. So yeah, coming in at number 10. So that gives you 1 point is New Nightmare.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking. I said what?
Yeah, it gives you one
Yeah,
point toward the round because
yeah.
we're in the countdown now. So at number 9, so we had a tie for 9, and by
Fingers
virtue of
crossed.
the highest individual score,
Hmm.
um, we chose number 9 and number 8, and number 9 movie was Noah.
Yeah.
So Noah's from 2014, which seems to be a really popular year for you.
Yeah.
Um,
We've talked about this.
we talked about this. So
Mhm.
it had a budget. Get this, the budget on it, and I'm not really surprised, but the number's pretty big. Had a budget of 130 million.
Holy crap.
Considering the effects and stuff, I'm
Yeah.
not that surprised. But get this, it made 352.8 million in the box office and video sales 22.2 million. So it
Yeah.
made its money. And
I'm surprised.
I'm betting that's mainly because of the cast, because you got Russell Crowe, Jennifer Connelly, Ray
Yeah.
Winstone,
Yeah.
everybody else and their dog. So we both gave the cast a 10
Yeah.
because it's got an amazing cast.
Yeah.
And we got some.
Evan says,
So, been a while since I've seen New Nightmare. Plan on revisiting the franchise next October. Fingers crossed, someone will surprise us with a new box set by then. I hope so.
yeah, me too.
I'd like a 4K of
At least the
Nightmare on Elm
first two.
Street 3. Yeah, first 3 or 4. I'd like 4Ks. Rock's monsters are the director's take on Nephilim. Okay, yeah, they're the creature that were born from
The
the fall
Nephilim
of
is not mentioned in the book of Noah.
Yeah.
Is it? With help him building the ark and all that. I don't think they are.
Yeah. Genesis mentions them, but doesn't really
Yeah, it
describe
doesn't.
them. A lot of different takes on them. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. But yeah, I don't think it's mentioned in this
The
movie,
building of
right?
the ark.
Yeah.
Uh,
But anyway, so 10 for cast, good start.
hmm
Acting drops a little bit. I gave it a
Yeah.
7. You gave it a 6.
I think Russell Crowe phoned it in on this.
I agree with that. And this reminds me of Mark Wahlberg's issue. If
I
it's
totally agree with that.
character driven, he does a good job. Because I liked Russell Crowe in Robin Hood and things like that, but those were character driven. When it's effects driven, you're having to act against like a tennis ball or whatever, and it's not, you're not really able to do it. Like I didn't like him in The Mummy as Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, neither did I. But I
I
enjoyed that.
I enjoyed The Mummy. I thought it was good. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough to do that Universal Monster
The Dark
mashup
Whisper.
like they were going to do the Dark Avenger thing or whatever they were going to do with that. Dark MCU. I would have loved that.
Me too.
I'd just hand them my wallet. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do that.
Means they get more time for these movies.
Yeah. So for the for
We just left.
So acting, I was at 7, you're at 6. For the plot, I might have watched a different plot, but I really liked it because I went 8 and you went 6.
Yeah.
We both went 7 for the ending. I went 5 and you went 7 for the story because I was really disappointed with the biblical issues.
It had the perfect story. The script was already wrote.
The script is there. All you had to do was follow that.
Yeah. That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just us.
I'm a Russell Crowe fan. Some
might
have bias toward him in the movie. I enjoyed his performance. Sure.
Yeah, I meant the Book of Genesis, and when I was looking at the title of the screen and I saw Noah. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my mistake. Because I actually just finished a little past that part right now. I'm rereading Genesis actually.
Okay, so story 5 and 7. We were both at 6 for the script, and I think a lot of that was because of the problems with the references to the Bible for me.
Me too.
Cinematography were both at an 8. I think they did a
It
really good
looked
job.
good.
It looked really good. For direction, I went 6. You went 7. For soundtrack, we were both at a 5. And for the wild card, it being a fantasy movie, we both went 7.
Yeah.
So that was pretty solid for a total score of 69. Now, because it tied with our next movie, I went by the individual scores, and we each gave this movie a 69. So we were
Yeah,
both at 69 for this movie.
that's funny.
That's funny. So that brings us to our number 8 movie, which is New Year's Eve. So for Noah at number 9, you get 2 more points. So you're at 3 points right now.
Okay.
So at number 8 was New Year's Eve. It's from 2011, had a budget of 26 million, made 146.8 million in the box office.
Wow.
Again, that's primarily because of the cast.
Yeah.
And 12.6 million on video.
Hmm.
And I liked Valentine's Day,
I did too.
so I turned around and bought this, and I enjoyed this. As a romantic comedy, it's not too bad. It's not something that's my cup of tea necessarily, but
Right. Same.
again, when we're desperate to find ends, this ended up
Right.
making my list. But again, I thought I stood a good chance because we got a 10 for the cast, and we did. There's everybody and their dog. If I went
Yeah.
just by this list alone that's on the poster, I'm at a 31 for the cast because of all the
Yeah.
people I know.
Yeah.
But 10 for the cast. We both gave the acting a 9. I thought the acting was spot on in
Yeah.
this movie.
It
They were
was good.
really good. By everybody from Leah Michelle to Michelle Pfeiffer to Zach Efron to Ashton Kutcher,
And I'm
all
not
those
an
guys. I think they all did a good job. Katherine Heigl, Hilary Swank,
Mm-hmm.
John Bon Jovi. I was like,
I forgot
all
he was even in this. When I was like, oh shit, what's
yeah,
his
yeah. It's Bon Jovi. It's living like a prayer, living on a prayer.
Hey, thanks for
Um,
stopping in Pop Culture. We
I
really
appreciate it,
appreciate it.
Evan.
You have a wonderful
Thanks,
night,
man.
man. Always, Pop.
69. That's what she said, and my daughter said I said 69 way too much.
Does that make you uncomfortable, Amanda?
I
Like
guess. Did
when
I?
you did the
Well,
16.
it's interesting because this movie also got a 69.
I
We
heard
have
her.
two. We have two movies at a 69. They
Six,
both got 69s.
and they tied at 69.
My wife just said, "Shut up" from upstairs. Shut up.
I guess you won't be
Tom
doing that
Cruise's
tonight.
mummy. Ugh. Yeah.
It's fine. We got sidetracked
Yeah.
with the
That's okay.
69.
Tangent. We're back. Too many 69s. All right. So,
Plot.
in getting to the 69, uh, so acting we were both at a 9. For the plot, I gave a 7 to the trailer. You gave it a 5.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing for me.
For the ending, I gave it a 7. You gave it a 5. For the story, I gave it a 6. You gave it a 5. For the script, I went 7. You went 8. For cinematography, I went 7. You went 6. For direction, I went 8. You went 6. For music, I went 6. You went 5. And for the wild card, I went 7. You went 5. Because I went romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of dug that. So with those scores, your individual score was 64, and mine was 74, which averages out to 69, and that's why New Year's Eve ends up at number 8 with a 69.
With the 69.
Yeah. So
Amanda, he said 69 again.
I did. Sorry. So okay, coming in at number 7. So that's 3 points each now. So for eighth place, it's 3 points. So now we're tied. At number 7 is Nocturnal Animals.
I picked this because I'm a Jake Gyllenhaal fan, and I really dig his performance in this.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
I won't lie. The first time I watched this, it was rough. I had to stop it and start it over. But yeah,
yeah,
I
I had to press pause and get up and walk off for a little bit.
yeah.
Um, but this is like two movies in one,
It really is.
and this is where I had a problem because if the movie was all about the manuscript,
Yeah,
if that manuscript was the movie, I would love this movie.
right.
But unfortunately, there was a horrible drama outside of the manuscript that was happening at the same time, and I kept going, "Go back to the book. Just go back to the book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see Army Hammer. I don't need any of that.
Yeah,
Just go back to the book." Um, so interesting. That made it was an interesting watch, and it was an interesting direction that I didn't
yeah,
expect. Um, so this movie is from 2016. Had a budget of 22.5 million, made 32.4 million in the box office, so just barely got its money back, and video sales 2.6 million.
I can see why on both of those.
Yeah. So it all kind of makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Bubble
Bubble
Boy.
Boys are great. I
I
like
agree.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's
I'm a big
solid.
fan.
All right. So again, we're both at a 10 for the cast. This does
Mm-hmm.
have a really good cast. Um, yeah, I enjoyed this too.
Yeah,
It was a first watch for me. And I own the movie. I never saw it. It just sat in my drawer with all the rest of my thrillers. Um, for acting, we both gave this an 8, rightfully so.
yeah.
Solidly acted all across the board. I thought Michael Shannon was
What's up?
great.
Rubber makes the cut.
What's up? What's up, Rob?
How you doing, man?
Big knock in the house. Anyway, this
I think
this
Amy holds it back. I think she.
yeah,
Yeah,
I would have given it higher if it was
yeah,
Isla Fisher.
yeah. I just watched.
I like Isla Fisher. Um, I
Oh,
mean,
now you
mainly,
see me.
yeah,
Good.
from Now You See Me.
I was like, I know I just watched something with
I,
her.
I like Isla Fisher, and to have
Mm-hmm.
it, it was very interesting, and
Yeah,
um, but yeah, otherwise solidly acted
yeah.
across the board.
I'm doing good,
Um,
bro.
still saying what's up, Robert? Doing good, man. Um, so for the plot, I did not like the trailer that I saw for this.
Either did I. It wasn't.
You gave it a 6.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. I was like, no, there was no way I would watch this movie by watching the trailer. My granddaughter's behind me again. Sneaky, what are you doing? What are you
She's
doing,
like a little
Sneaky?
ninja.
Um, little climber, huh?
Oh, how you doing? I
Hmm?
can't see. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing, weirdo? What are you doing? Go this way. Go, mama. She doesn't want to put. She lifts her feet up, so it made it harder for her to pick up. Oh, all right. Where were we? Plot 4 and 6. For the ending, you went 10.
Mm-hmm.
I went 6. I did not like the ending. Um,
I
I
did.
th- the ending of the manuscript was great.
Right.
The ending of the movie after that sucked ass. I no closure. I did not get what I wanted. It was just kind of like that was it. No, I didn't. I was not happy with it. I wanted to give it
I
a
dig
lower
it.
score,
I really
but I
do.
gave the. But I liked the manuscript ending. I thought that was good, so I gave bonus points for that. Otherwise, this would have been a 4 for the ending. Um, and then for story, we're both at an 8.
Yeah.
For script, we're both at an 8. I think it was a good script, unique.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Cinematography, we're both at a 7. I liked some of the shots.
Me too.
Um, the desert shots were pretty
I
simple.
like the nighttime when they're driving.
I like the nighttime. Yeah, the nighttime stuff because you just barely see the headlights and that's it.
Yeah.
I dug that. Um, and I like the shots of that grimy trailer. That was just
Oh
it was
yes.
it was
Yeah.
gross. It was just
Mm-hmm.
you looked at it and you're like, oh crap, some debauchery has happened in there. Um, for direction though, I gave it a 6 and you gave it an 8. And that's mainly because I didn't like how the ending went.
Right. I get your score. I really do.
Um, for the soundtrack, I went 5. You went 6. I did not dig. I did not like the piano crap
Oh really?
in there. Was not. I was not digging that. The stupid little piano
Mm-hmm.
solos. I was just like, no, I wasn't having that. But for wild card, I gave it a 9 for a thriller, and you gave it a 10. So I think it's a solid thriller, good score. It ends up getting a 76 and comes in at number 7.
That's a good
So
score.
it is a good score. It was a good first time watch. I'm glad I owned it now, and I'd
Yeah.
watch it again.
Glad you watched it.
I'd watch it again. It was solid. Yeah. So she wants some grandpa time, and all you're doing is talking about movies. I know, right? It's my fault. I just came home from my vacation, and she wants to be with grandpa. It's just the way it is. Um. All right. So the score is now 7-3. You're in the lead. We're coming into number 6, and number 6 is from 1998, and that movie is The Negotiator. So 1998 had a budget of 50 million, made 49.1 million in the box office. I did not get a list of the video sales on that, but it, according to this, it lost money. But it probably made enough in video sales to make up for it. So the Negotiator, man, I enjoy this movie. I'm glad we were able to score it. I'm glad I was able to watch it. Like I said earlier, for cast, I went 10 because I know everybody and their dog in this
Yeah.
movie, and you went 9, so you were close. We were both at 8 for the acting. We were both at 7 for the plot. So we both felt the same about the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Both at 10 for the ending because the ending is spectacular.
It is. It really is.
It really goes well. For story, I went 9, you went 8. For script, we were both at 8. Cinematography, both at 7. For direction, I went 8, you went 7. For music, I went 6, you went 5. And for the wild card, we both went 10.
Yeah.
Solid, good
Yeah.
thriller,
This is a
great
great.
movie, good stuff. Comes in at 6 with a total score of 81.
Nice. That is a great score.
Yeah.
And
Good
this is a
score.
90s movie that holds up
Yeah,
and they get it right.
it does. It does hold up. And I was afraid of that. I was afraid it wouldn't hold up watching
Me
it
too.
again, but man, Still good, still intense,
Yeah.
really good stuff. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the 4K of this.
Yeah. Me
I'd
too.
be solid if they ever did one. I don't know if they have one.
Fingers
Okay,
crossed.
fingers crossed. So coming in at number 5. So we're heading into the top 5. What do you think our number 5 movie is?
I am going to go with um Now You See Me.
Ooh, so close. But you might be surprised. Our number 5 movie is The Northman.
Oh fudge! I did not see that coming. Yeah, yeah, I did not see that coming. Shocked me.
Yeah. Shocked me too. I was like, "What? Oh, okay." Um so this is 2022. It's this year.
Yeah,
Had a budget of 60 million, made 69.6 million in the box office. I don't have a record of the video sales because it's probably still going.
yeah,
Um, but man, this is a great movie.
it really is. I
But
haven't
there's
seen.
there's really, between our fifth and first place movies, um there's only a difference of what, 2.5 points.
You're kidding me.
No,
Oh wow, this is a tight one. Oh,
yeah.
that's what
Oh, that's 69. No.
Yeah, this I enjoyed this. This was a great scene in the theater. I'm glad I did. I'm looking forward to watching the 4K.
Yeah. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson's worth a 10 for the cast by himself.
Yeah,
He can play enough characters. I think he could do it.
and we have a good movie next week too with Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yep. Um, damn, number 6 has 91 points. Okay, that was 81, not 91. Number 6 has 81 points. So
Still a tight race, even.
still a tight race.
Yeah,
Um, we did not have anything in the 90s this
yeah, I
time.
can see that.
All right. So for the Northman, we both gave the cast a 10. I mean,
Yeah,
it's got,
Nicole
Alexander
Kidman.
Skarsgård, you got Nicole Kidman, Anya Taylor-Joy, um,
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke, really solid cast.
Mm-hmm.
For acting, we were both at a 9. For the plot, I went 7, you went 6 for the trailer. For the ending, I went 10, you went 8.
Yeah,
And for the story, I went 8, you went 9.
yeah,
For me, this was a little bit more about the destination. I really liked that last battle.
I did too.
I dug that a lot. And
Good
the
deal.
for the I was gonna say the reason why I gave the story an 8 is because it's Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't, you know, they didn't they didn't change the story for the Lion King. It's the Lion King story,
Yeah.
only with Vikings. Which is just Hamlet, according to my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
I was hoping you weren't gonna yawn, bro.
I'm sorry,
But
my bad.
that's okay. Because we didn't, you didn't yawn last week, and we were like,
I
was
know.
trying to,
But I've
but
been up
we,
since like 2 this morning, so
yeah,
a little bit tired.
okay. I just want to make sure we're going fast enough.
Oh no, dude, we are. That caught me by surprise.
Yeah. Okay. So story 8 and 9. So for script, we're both at a 9.
Mm-hmm.
For cinematography, I went 9. You went 8. For direction, I went 7. You went 8. I'm not an Eggers fan. I don't like The Witch, but I did like how this went for me. For music, I went, or for soundtrack or score, I went 7. You went 6.
Yeah.
And for wild card, I went 8. You went 9.
Yeah.
Um, for a
Fantastic.
total score of 82.5
Oh wow.
was our average score, and
That's a good
that
score.
takes the number 5 spot.
It's just
All
here.
right.
Well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. It's Hamlet. That's poor Yorick. All right. So at number 4, what do you think? Okay.
Let me see here.
Number 4 is a tie.
Yeah, that was between you. You had two
It was,
ties.
I
You
had
drew a
I
tie.
had two. I had two that got the same score.
So I'm gonna go with National Treasure and Nobody. Either one of those two.
Okay. You got one of the two right. Coming in at number 4 is National Treasure. National Treasure is from 2004. Had a $100 million budget. Made $332.3 million in the box office.
Triple this money.
Yep. I did not get a number on the video sales.
Yeah.
So yeah. So basically at 4 and 3 have the same score. 2 and 1 have the same score. So
Oh,
that's why we're within 2.5 points between 5 and 1.
wow.
Okay. So for cast, I gave it a 9, you gave it an 8. For acting, we're both at a 7. For plot, we're both at a 10. That was best
Love this
trailer.
trailer. Yeah.
It was a great trailer. I was like excited. I wanted to go watch the movie. For the ending, we're both at a 9. For the story, I went 10, you went 9. For script, I went 8, you went 9. Cinematography, I went 8, you went 7. For direction, I went 8, you went 7. For score, I went 8, you went 7. And for wild card, I went 9, you went 10.
Yeah.
It's a great adventure movie.
It is.
Awesome mystery.
Very fun, like Del says.
It's very fun. It's worked a Blockbuster when National Treasure came out. Everyone was renting it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Great movie. Great fun. I'm looking forward to. I know that Disney Plus is doing a series. I think.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a series, and there is supposed to be a third movie.
Yeah.
I don't think Nicolas Cage is in the series though.
No, I think it's his partner. That guy.
It's
He's a,
Riley. Yeah,
yeah.
the kid. That's the.
Yeah.
I think he's doing it, and then there's a girl that's
Yeah.
supposed to be involved. But yeah, oh man, it's such a fun movie.
It is. I'm glad you picked this one.
Me too, bro. And it was because you grabbed Now You See Me that I was like, okay, I got to get something that's kind of along those lines because I love Now You See Me.
Yeah.
So I went with National Treasure. But anyway, so coming in at number 4, has a total score of 84.5. At number 3, also with an 84.5, was The Never-Ending Story.
I'm gonna put a pin in this real quick. I hadn't seen this since I was a kid, and I was afraid to rewatch this because I was afraid it wasn't gonna hold up.
I was afraid it wasn't going to hold
cherished
up
the
either.
movie, but fuck, does this hold up? And the special effects in it are outstanding. The child acting, because I don't like child acting.
Yeah.
And
that's why I didn't like New Nightmare when I rewatched it. I was like,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, the child acting here is really good. Noah Gallagher is great in
Yeah.
this. He's a
So
Trey.
glad you picked this. So glad you picked it.
I kind of felt I had to. It was just kind of.
See, I didn't own it, so I couldn't pick it.
Yeah. No, I have the DVD, so.
Yeah. Great pick.
Heart attacks. No. Nice. Um, okay. So Neverending Stories from 1984 had a budget of 27 million but only made 20.2 million in the box office. No data on the video sales. So it also gets a total score of 84.5. The reason why I went with this one over National Treasure was because of the cast, because we went 9 and 8 for the cast of National Treasure, but for Neverending Story we're at 4 and 2.
Right?
So that means that the movie itself is better.
Yeah.
Neverending Story is better than National Treasure.
Yeah.
So we ended up giving it the same individual scores. So I gave each movie an 86, and you gave each movie an 83. Which is why we're at 84.5 for the average. So I couldn't pick it off of that. So I went by, okay, because recognition wise for the cast, we don't know hardly anybody in Neverending
No.
Story, but because really I'm like, I know Noah Gallagher as Atreyu, and I
Yeah.
know that kid, and I know that kid, and that was it.
But oh man, I want to get this. I need to add this movie to my collection
Yeah,
after
oh,
we
this is
watch.
so fun. I would definitely look for a, for a Blu-ray or something for
Yeah,
this too. This movie still holds up, and my kids
it
love it
very
too.
does.
Yeah, absolutely. My kids love this movie, and when my grandkids are old enough, they're gonna watch this movie, and it's gonna just carry on generation after
I am going
generation.
to add this to what am I watching, Dad, for my daughter. This is going to be one of them.
Okay, this is gonna be an old one though. We're gonna
Yeah, we just finished Avatar for um, the newest episode, so I
okay,
think I'm throw this one in there.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. I can't get over how well the special effects
Oh
in this.
yeah, how well the special effects hold up in this?
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. It took me by surprise.
Yeah, I was just kind of. Hmm.
I was
I
glued
was
to the
I wasn't
TV though.
sure, but I was like, it was the first movie I thought of when I was like,
Yeah,
letter N. That's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do. Haven't seen this in decades, but the swamp of sadness still haunts me. Yep.
yeah,
All right. So we were at 4 and 2 for the cast. We were at. I was at a 7. You were at an 8 for the
yeah.
acting. I was at 9. You were at 10 for the plot. I really dug the trailer.
Me too. I was
Um,
sucked in.
yeah.
The child in me is like, I have to see this.
Yeah. My 5-year-old self was like, ah.
Yeah,
We were both at a 9 for the ending. We were both at a 10 for the story. No surprise.
yeah.
Because the story is brilliant. It's the
It really,
never-ending story. It is. That's the name of the movie, so the story has to be good.
right?
Um, for script, I went 9. You went 8, and for cinematography, we were both at a 10, and that makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. The visuals here are just amazing, and again, still holds up after what 38
Oh man,
years,
I'd say a long
almost
time.
40 years.
Yeah. It's all practical. That's what I
Yeah,
like.
it's all practical effects. And it's so good.
Yeah.
For direction, we both went 9. For music, I went 9. You went 7 because I really dug the synthesizers and all that. I
That's the one
absolutely
thing
dug
I
the
didn't
music.
like.
Yeah,
It's very 80s. As
yeah,
soon as you hit the I can't even say that word. They're in every 80s movie.
yeah,
So it just kind of, that's the
yeah.
one thing that,
Yeah, I
mhm,
dug it. And that's with Nocturnal Animals, I didn't like the piano crap.
yeah.
Same type of thing. And then for the wild card, it's a fantasy movie. Tens across the board for
Yeah.
it being a fantasy. Is a great fantasy film.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect for the whole family, I think. It's
I
definitely
100% agree.
it's a definite watch. But yeah, it comes in at third with the same score of 84.5.
Oh, I wish this would have went higher. I ain't gonna lie. because just the fact that it's
Yeah.
an '80s movie that still holds up, and the acting's good, the special effects. Yeah, I would be happy if this was number one, and you get the win.
Come on, honey. My wife's in the room. Come on, you gotta. Where you going? No, you gotta come around to the camera side. Come on. Where you going? Why are you gonna go around that way?
She's avoiding the camera.
She's avoiding the camera. She's not. No, she's not camera. 80s 80s synth is greater than everything. That's right. Give me a flock of seagulls every day.
Yeah.
If I ever get a husky or an Alaskan Malamute, I'm naming it Falcor. You
Yeah.
better, bro.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've always wanted a dog like that I could name Falcor, and it'd just be, you know,
Great movie.
I'm
Great.
allowed to have a dog. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. I heard that.
That's not a dog. That's a rat.
Whose fault is that we have that rat? Me?
Her fault. Not my fault.
Well, this episode of the Top 10 is the Dr. Phil episode.
It's a Dr. Phil episode. Let's talk about our feelings. No.
That dog.
No feelings. Ew. All right. All right. So we're at the top two. There's two left.
Yep.
And that is Nobody
And
and Now You See Me as our top two. Two movies that I did not expect at our top two.
Me neither.
Now, I did a poll on which one was going to get the highest score, and the overwhelming winner on YouTube for the
Nobody?
poll was Northman.
Oh, see, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, it was like Northman got way more votes.
Yeah.
Than everybody, and for the lowest score, it was overwhelming that it was New Year's Eve. Was the lowest score. So
New
that
Year's Eve was better than Neighbors.
New Year's Eve was better than Neighbors.
Yeah.
All right. So coming in at number 2 is Nobody.
Nobody.
Now, 2 and 1 tied, but goes by the highest individual score. And that ended up being Now You See Me. So coming in at number 2, this is from 2021. So this is my new pick. Had a six.
I mean, let's just get that away. It's a fantastic film.
It is. It's a great film. It is definitely. It's worth grabbing.
Yeah.
And okay, 2021, $16 million budget, made $57.5 million in the box office, 9.3 million in video sales. So it did pretty good.
Yeah.
So for cast, you were at a 5.
Yeah.
And I'm at a 9. I knew a few more people in this. Dell said somebody. Yes. Absolutely. Pleasant surprise.
This was a blind buy for me.
Yep, me too. For acting here, we're both at an 8.
Yeah.
For the plot, I went 10, you went 9. This was another one of my favorite trailers. For ending, we're both at a 10. Great ending.
Yes.
So it was so epic. For story, I'm at an 8, you're at a 9. For script, I was at a 7, you were at a 9.
Yeah.
For cinematography, I was at an 8, you were at a 7. I really liked the bus scene, how that was filmed.
Yes.
And I dug the whole with the garage, how it was inside, outside, the way they kind of did that. Toward the end, I thought that was really good. And I loved the house when he put the house on fire. That was really cool. So those were kind of standouts for me as far as cinematography goes. For direction, we were both at a 9. No surprise.
Yeah.
For musical score and soundtrack, I went 7. You went 8. I thought the music was solid.
Me too.
And then as a wild card, which is an action movie, 10.
Hands down.
Absolute 10, hands down. Great action movie. If you are any type of action movie junkie, this is it. This is a good movie to grab.
And I'm kicking myself for not getting the 4K. I just have the
Me
Blu-ray.
too. Me too. I grabbed the Blu-ray, and I'm like, man, I will eventually go and grab that 4K
Yeah, me
because
too.
I think it's worth it. Or did I already grab it? I may have already grabbed the 4K. Knowing me, let's check my list.
You need to just download the Blu-ray.com app and put that and just scan all your movies. It's so much easier.
I actually have it, but it's going to take me a long time to scan all my.
Hey, just say, I'm going to take an hour out of my day and just do one shot.
Yeah, an hour for an hour for a show. I'm like, it's going to take me longer than an hour to do. Yeah, so Blu-ray. Nobody gets out alive. That's not it. Yep, I just have the Blu-ray. Okay, I didn't think I had the 4K yet, but yeah, it's definitely something that's on my list to grab.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did our wild card as a 10. So total average score is 85 that we gave it. I gave it an 86, you gave it an 84. So we were right there.
Yeah. And I love the movie poster for this too.
Yep.
If you guys haven't seen it, definitely watch it.
Yeah, for sure. It is definitely worth a watch. All right, coming into our number 1, and that is Now You See Me.
It's been a while since I've seen this, so I had to rewatch it, and I still enjoyed it for the most part.
I love this movie. I will watch this every day and twice on Sunday. So this is from 2013, $75 million budget, $342.7 million in the box office, $35 million in video sales.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm a little disappointed in number 2, mainly because Isla Fisher didn't stay and do that.
Yeah. Wasn't she pregnant or something?
She was pregnant. Yeah, she was pregnant, so she couldn't. So they brought in Lizzie Kaplan, and I'm just not a fan of hers. I didn't. I still like the movie. Not really a fan of Daniel Radcliffe as the bad guy, but
I don't like number 2. I don't like pretending to exist.
I like number 2, but it was a stone's throw from.
I don't even own it.
Yeah, I own it, and in fact, I have the poster. It's right there.
Yeah.
I bought the poster before I got the movie, and I also bought the Independence Day Resurgence poster before I watched the movie.
I bet that's one you regret.
And I regret that. I have since taken that poster down. That poster is no longer on my wall.
That's funny.
But anyway, Now You See Me. So cast, we're both at a 10. I mean, this has got a really good cast. For acting, I went 8, you went 7. For plot, I went 9, you went 10. So you really liked the trailer for this?
I did.
I did. I thought the trailer was solid. For ending, I went 10, you went 7. I loved the ending here. This is like, it was awesome for me. Predictable, sure.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. And it kind of
this is more about the journey, I thought.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot about the journey. And for the story, I went 8, you went 9. Speaking of the journey, for the script, I also went 8, you went 9. For cinematography, I went 9, you went 8. So I really like the cinematography with the, when they did their shows with the bubbles and
I did too.
And and where they teleports to the bank, steals all the money. For direction, we're both at an 8. For score, I dug the score. I went 8 and you went 6.
Yeah. No, I went 7.
And did you go 7? Or did I do that
Yeah.
again? That's still not. It's not that big of a deal, but
Oh yeah, because it's number 1. Yeah, it don't matter.
yeah, it's number 1. So it's number 1 anyway. Did I mess that up? Oh, you see me. I went. So you went. I went 8. Yep, he went 7. Yeah, and you had Northman with that, and that was a 6. So I must have flopped that
You know what I
again.
think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change the colors next time.
Maybe that might help me.
Yeah, I will do that.
Either that or do one at a time with the pictures.
That's
But I'd
true.
rather you. But yeah, try it with the colors and let's see if I can
Okay.
follow that better. I'm gonna try to go over the T's and make sure I get them right. Because I've already
Spoiler
scored
alert, that's
those.
our next letter.
That's our next one is T's. We drew that last week, so
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? I forgot.
yeah. So where were we? Okay, so
Well, I think we're at wild card.
yeah, because 8 and 7, and then
Yeah.
wild card we're both at a 9. Or did I get that wrong again?
I think you got that wrong.
Yeah, because you went 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so that might make it really low. That might make nobody win. But I don't care. We're just gonna go with this.
We'll put an asterisk by this, maybe.
Put an asterisk by it. But Now You See Me gets the number 1 spot. So as far as the places go, you got first place as the highest score movie. You get 5th, 7th, 9th, and 10th. And then I got 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8.
This was a hard. N was hard.
N was hard.
Yeah.
N was hard. Next week, however, we got T.
Oh man, he's fun.
And that was
I liked T.
T was fun.
Uh.
Always bother me. The sequel isn't called Now You Don't. Right? My family and I, we debated that for hours. Why isn't it called Now You Don't? And why did Morgan Freeman have to turn out to be a good guy? That was my thing. I had a real problem with that. It was, Morgan Freeman, we're going to have you back for number 2. And he goes, only if I'm the good guy.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But
it was probably in his contract.
Yeah.
Misdirecting the first one, second one.
Yeah. But I would have liked it if maybe he kind of got a little revenge and mess with him. But
I would have went higher for the acting if it wasn't for Mark Ruffalo. I am not a fan of his. I mean, he's okay as Bruce Banner, but yeah, for the most part, I'm not.
Yeah,
a fan.
you don't have to do much as Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of dorky, be real smart, and then, but anyway, we're done, and hour and a half.
Man, we did it. Yeah,
I'm happy. All right. So the outro is gonna recap all of our scores.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still working on doing this better. I'm gonna double check the T's because our next week is T. And shall we draw for the week after?
Let's do it. I'm proud of us, man. We got it under an hour and a half.
We got it. it under 2 hours. Our goal was to go under 2 hours this time.
Yeah.
We did an hour and a half. This is where I want us to be, is about an
Yeah.
hour and a half. And so I like doing this format.
Me too.
Even if we went on a couple of tangents and there was a lot of 69s, we still made it through.
There it is.
Okay. Our next letter is going to be F.
Fuck. Ah, man. Oh, nice. Yeah.
And all of our points are times 4. No.
That's funny.
Yeah. I like the tangents too, bro, and that's I don't
Yeah.
want to eliminate the tangents, but I think, it was just tightening up what we're doing,
Yeah.
and then we have time for those tangent moments, and that's what I was kind of shooting for.
Yeah. And thanks for
And
the feedback too, man.
yeah, we really appreciate the feedback,
Yeah.
and I like that we went in order instead of just grab the movies at random and scored them,
Yeah.
and then said the order. So we kind of eliminated that. That saved us time,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, better flow for sure. Thanks, bro. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.
All right. So next week, Monday, we're going to be on at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, Mountain Time. Figure it out. We're going to do the letter T.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, we got some great movies
We do.
picked for T. It's gonna be a tough battle. It's gonna be awesome. And then the following week is that's the 14th. So the 21st, we are not going to have a lowdown that week because it's Thanksgiving. So you guys have a great holiday if we don't talk to you.
But we're doing.
We're gonna do Comic Talk on the 21st.
Yeah, we'll do Comic Talk on the 21st. First issue of Comic Talk.
Our first episode of Comic Talk, which it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna ask questions. We're gonna talk about comic books, and
Yeah. And again, thank you. Dad.
Thanks, Del. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're getting better with this format, and I like it. And I think if we can tighten it up and keep it around hour and a half, maybe even less, I think we'll get more people. That's kind of
I
what we're
agree.
shooting for, is to get more of an audience, and
Yeah.
hopefully more subs eventually that comes about it. But the most important thing is that we have fun and we get to talk about movies, because that's what we like.
Yeah. That's why we're here.
All right. So no lowdown on the 21st, but we will do Comic Talk on the 21st.
Yeah.
And then we will do our top 10 movies starting with F on the 28th.
Nice. And I don't think this will be as hard as I thought.
For F?
Yeah.
F must mean Roger Corman's Fantastic Four, right? No. We'll see.
No, we will not see.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But hey, strangers. We did pick Neighbors, so
hey, that was my bad. You went
and I picked Nightbreed, which I
watched that movie. I'm glad I watched it.
It was fun.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about it. I just never.
I'm glad I watched it again. But yeah, it doesn't really hold up very well for the date, but it's still really good monster effects. And as a monster movie, it would be great. It would have done well at our monster movie week over October. I think it would have done well.
I think it would have done too. Yeah.
I think it would have done well on monster movies. So, okay, 28th is letters starting with F, and then December 5th is going to be our top 20 90s movies.
Oh yeah, I got to finish that shit. I gotta get on that too.
We gotta watch some movies.
Well, that kind of works out though, because we have that break, a week's break over Thanksgiving, and we're only talking comics, and we have F. We can knock those Fs out. Oh, that's not funny.
We're gonna knock those Fs out.
Oh, we did?
Shameless. My vid for Huck's Action Movie Star Challenge went up today. Nice.
Oh,
I
thank you for telling
gotta
us.
do that.
I'll have to check it out.
I gotta see if I can. I gotta check Huck's rules and see. I like his challenges. I
do
really
too.
enjoy doing those. Man, I would have so much strategy going into every week to make sure I got the points. I know. I'm
It's
I'm
hard.
trying. We're trying, but yeah, it's fun. It's because we think it's going to go one way, but it doesn't. The scores end up.
Northman's gonna score high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Northman was going to win,
Mm-hmm.
and then Never Ending Story. That was my top
Yeah.
two. But to have Now You See Me and Nobody,
Yeah.
and then National Treasure be in the mix, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, let's do it. But yeah, that's the thing. We got to try to strategize, but we're drafting. So for the T's you picked first.
Mm-hmm.
So for the F's I pick first.
Yep.
And then we'll see what happens. But I think we're done, bro.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to jump in?
Oh, hopefully maybe Friday I'll be putting up finally another episode of What Am I Watching, Dad? It's been hard with my daughter. School. She's got other stuff going on. Extra curricular activities at school. She got braces, so she's been grumpy. Mouth is hurting. So we finally squeezed in the last hour and a half of Avatar tonight. Recorded our outro. Hopefully Friday I'll get it up.
Cool.
Oh, and I got a small collection update video, but it's not very long, like 5 minutes.
I've got an unboxing coming. I don't know where my packages are, but I finally got my Scream Factory Shocktober package.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to open up, and then I've got one more package going on, and like I said, my Top Gun Maverick Steelbook was canceled.
Oh,
So I got refunded, and I ordered it from Amazon. So hopefully I get that one. And then my Amazon card, I had a $25 credit, so the movie cost me $12.
That's awesome.
So I'm down for that. Thanks, Dell. You have a good night too. We're gonna throw our outro up with the scores and everything, and the points to see who won the round. Other than that, you guys have a great night. Take care.
Everybody have a great night. Remember, be kind to everyone.
Yep. Watch lots of movies, and we'll see you next Monday. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
See you guys. God bless.
Bye.